Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric and Chad with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today, we've got another gun gripe episode for you. Now, look, guys, there's a lot of gun gripes coming down the pipeline, lots of stuff going on in the 2A community, and we choose to separate these videos so that for search engine optimization and things like that, they can be found by people that are looking for relevant information. Today's gun gripe is going to be about AB291 and some of the stuff going on in Nevada. You know, SHOT Show is nigh upon us, so we figured this would be something really cool to bring some attention to. We're going to get into it and discuss it a little bit more. If you guys are interested in gunsmithing, definitely check out Sonoran Desert Institute. SDI is a great group of people. They support gun gripes and support our efforts and allow these videos to come across as raw and pure and unfiltered as we can possibly give them to you. So they've been patrons of the gun gripes, which is great. And if you're interested in learning about higher education when it comes to firearms technology, gunsmithing, or you're looking for a career, their programs are excellent and very affordable. Definitely something to look into. So let's dive into this a little bit. So on the 19th of January, from 11 to 5 p.m. at Valkyrie Combat, they're holding I guess a fundraiser. Okay, they're raising funds to help the, it's the Nevadans can. All right, so that's a group that you want to definitely look into. They're the ones that have actually filed the injunction so that this 291 does not take effect on the 1st like it originally was going to. So unfortunately, this is a red flag bill that has already been signed into law, but their injunction has prevented it from actually being enforceable for the present time. So this particular shindig on the 19th is something they're putting together to help raise funds for that group that filed that injunction. So basically fighting this bill.
You know, what's funny about this whole thing is, I mean, this is like the first time I'd really heard about this going on, but so far, to my knowledge, there's like 17 states, including the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., that have implemented some form of red flag, extreme risk, gun confiscation orders, okay? And we've said it in many videos before, these laws are blatantly unconstitutional. They completely ignore due process, and, take the guns first, ask questions later is, the words that came out of Trump's mouth even. So these laws are certainly dangerous. There's people that have been hurt, and there's people that have been killed over these laws, okay? So they are very dangerous. We all know that.
We've gone on record numerous times that we do not support red flag laws. They are a terrible idea. One of the most important things of distinction that we have to consider with red flag laws is that they remove due process. They ignore property rights. They ignore everything afforded to you in terms of being able to defend yourself. And it obviously also ignores your right to be innocent until proven guilty. They make a presumption that you're going to do something wrong, and they confiscate your property based on nothing more than a presumption, and you have no due process. And that's a frightening thing, especially in the gun world.
This bill also had some language to restrict like bump stock style devices, and also it had some language to implement safe gun storage laws. Okay, so if you don't store your guns properly, you could be locked up, more or less. So definitely anti-gun all the way. But this passed last year, and back in December, these two old ladies, okay, the post that was it Valkyrie who? What was her name?
It was the range, Valkyrie Combat. Right. Yeah, they're the ones that are holding the event.
Yeah, but the post I was reading through the post that they made, and it was like these two Golden Girls came out of the woodwork, and they're two conservatives that have been in the Nevada legislature for some time, it seems. They put together this little organization to try to submit this lawsuit and block this bill from taking effect, this law from taking effect. And it wasn't the NRA, it wasn't pro-gun groups in the state. It was these two people who just said, you know what, this is wrong, and we're going to do something about it.
Two people can make a difference.
Yep.
Right. That's important. These state-level battles are becoming more and more about grassroots activism, and this is a really, really pristine example of grassroots activism. These two ladies, let's see, Julie and Mary. I can picture. Yeah, he compares them to the Golden Girls. Okay, so I can see that. Okay, so it's really cool when you have these concerned citizens that are just looking out for their community and looking out for the gun owners in their community. So if you can make it on the 19th, now I may not be able to make this particular event. I'm going to try. We've got a packed schedule that even involves me flying to Vegas, dropping these guys off, and potentially even flying back to Virginia.
Well,
then back to Vegas.
We're flying into Vegas on the 19th.
Right. You know, so, but we may be able to attend this event. But if you can attend it, please do, and please do support the Nevadans. Nevadans can. Nevadans can. So it's cool that this injunction was filed and it went through. It sets forth an excellent precedence for things like this happening in the future, right? So when a tyrannical and crappy piece of legislation gets passed, it's a citizen's duty to say, no, this is bullcrap and we shouldn't have to deal with it. So when an injunction's filed, what that essentially means is that the bill can't be enforced in its legal entirety, in its wording, as it's written, right? So what an injunction kind of says is, whoa, hold the phone. We need to look at the constitutionality and the legality of this to even know if this is indeed even enforceable at all. Because there's one thing for something to be the color of the law, and there's one thing to actually be the law, okay? So what an injunction sort of says, hey, this is kind of a gray area, and we don't know if this is even constitutionally valid, which of course we know it's not, because it ignores due process. And that's what really disturbs me about guys like Dan Crenshaw. And here recently, even President Trump has come out in support of red flag laws again, beating the horn of universal red flag laws and universal background checks. Now, I don't know if Dan has mentioned universal background checks, but I know Trump has in the past. Now, look, I'm not going to doubt that Dan's not a good guy, right? I'm not even going to doubt that our president doesn't love this country. But anybody that supports red flag laws is obviously out of touch with the needs of the common people. Yeah. And I believe it's also sort of a flash of elitism in place, right? People think that their safety is more important than their constituents, or they think, oh, well, if I support red flag laws, maybe I'll earn some voters from the left side of the aisle who are anti-gun or whatever. And then maybe somewhere in this tiny little beacon here, there is some people that think, oh, that the red flag laws will legitimately make people safer. But the issue is you're creating victims and you're ignoring due process and you're allowing someone who already has a chip on their shoulder for the Second Amendment to basically just go, oh, you know what? That guy right there I saw carrying some rifle cases into his house. I'm just going to call in a red flag order on him. I'm just going to make up some elaborate story and say that he threatened me or did something. And then it's their word against yours. But while they're sorting it all out, they get to come take your guns. And providing that ability for people is dangerous and it's irresponsible, and it goes against the color of how our nation is founded in terms of being a nation of laws and everything like that. You know what I mean? It goes against your constitutional rights it goes against your property rights, it goes against due process, and obviously it infringes on the Second Amendment. So there's a lot of implications to this, not to mention all these people on the left want to say, oh, well, we want to protect the women. Oh, we're concerned about females being able to protect themselves and everything like this. You actually put females in a more dangerous situation by having red flag confiscation orders in place, because a jealous spouse, just like a lady could call in a red flag order on a guy could just easily call in a red flag order on another spouse who may not deserve to be red flagged in the first place. And then all of a sudden, there's this animosity there that develops. And then now the guy's got guns and the lady doesn't. So it always gets turned around like that. Oh, well, don't you care about the safety of all the ladies out there who, are, broken households, they're divorced. And the lady is having to raise a child on her own, and she's got to be the head of the household. She's got to protect herself. She's got to protect her children. And then you got some jealous ex-husband who's going to be a turd and call in a red flag law on you. And all of a sudden now you have no means to protect yourself. You got to put the shoe on the other foot. The abuse of red flag laws is much more apparent than their benefits to society. The Patriot Act already gives a lot of your rights up to begin with. And the Patriot Act, that was back during the Bush administration. So the Patriot Act's been here the entire time. So you mean to tell me that this system has been here the entire time when they can take your rights away in that way, right? And they can legislate away your rights and legislate away your privacy. Okay, so show me the giant list of terrorists and criminals that you've caught using the infringements that you were given under Patriot Act. Show me that list. I want to see that list, Dan. All right? Show me that list, that long list of people who you caught by being able to infringe on people's privacy under the Patriot Act. I want to see that dang list, and then we can talk.
Everybody always forgets about the Patriot Act.
That's all I need to say.
Look, the thing about red flag laws, too, is, okay, they come and they take your guns based on some alleged danger that you possess, okay, to yourself and to others. Remember, when they take your guns, you're restricted from purchasing firearms too, okay? You're treated basically the same as a felon at that point, all right? So you can't buy a gun. Now, you go through the process trying to get your name cleared after you're basically, allegedly guilty before you're proven innocent, okay? You can't buy a gun. So it might take a year, 2 years, 3 years to go through the process just to get your property back and to clear that red flag order. You know how the courts work. They take their time with everything. You get put in the queue and you're just on the list and they get to you when they get to you. Okay? So it sucks. It's a terrible situation. It's wholly unconstitutional. All right. Yes. And so something in this article right here, all right, the lawsuit alleges that the driving force behind the law, okay, we're talking about AB291 here, the red flag law, is pro-gun control out-of-state moneyed interests. Okay, so we're talking about interests that are out of the state where this law originated that are funneling money into these anti-gunners' pockets, to promote their candidacy, okay, and to promote advertisements to vote for Democrats, vote for anti-gunners and such. Hey, we'll protect you, blah, blah, blah. It's like Bloomberg and all the ads that they funnel into Virginia, okay? It's all propaganda, all right? So that's the driving force that the lawsuit alleges is behind these laws, all right, including the Giffords Law Center to prevent gun violence and Michael Bloomberg back every town for gun safety.
And I'm sure that the, Moms Demand Action didn't help either.
Oh, yeah. But anyways, which claims it supports gun control as something to address the symptoms of a society degraded by drugs, the disintegration of the family unit plagued by fatherless homes, as well as social and moral decline, and the mass media's control of the news.
Whoa. Wait a minute. They want gun control to as something to address the symptoms of a society by blank.
I thought that too.
Wait a minute.
Here we go.
That's what they perpetuate. So see, they are literally the party of trying to take things around and spin it. Oh, you're racist. You're this, you're that. Oh, you're this, you're that. But those are the exact things that they do. That's what they support. That's what they want.
The irony.
That could not be more of a lie. That is a blatant lie. Mm-hmm. Right? The people that are misled to vote for these people, they are literally lied to and put in these positions. They want you to be exactly that. Okay? And they're trying to say they're trying to prevent that. That is the biggest lie I've ever heard.
I love it so much. The lawsuit criticizes the swift and stealth legislative processes that led to the passage of the final bill and claims that the actual process of issuing an extreme risk protective order is fraught with due process shortfalls, as we've discussed.
Of course.
The legislation lacks sufficient due process protection and utilizes low evidentiary standards, falling well below the norm for impairment, curtailment of fundamental civil constitutional rights. Okay, let's see, AB 291 does not survive any tier of scrutiny imposed by judicial review. It ignores existing laws to combat the gun use and ownership by those not entitled, and chooses the most drastic means to accomplish its ends by trampling too heavily upon the right to keep and bear arms for security and protection. So, it's the same old song and dance, but these two ladies in Nevada stood up and did something about it, and they filed an injunction into this law taking effect. So if you guys are in Nevada, if you can, go out to the event on the 19th and show your solidarity and support fighting this unconstitutional law in your home state. I mean, bottom line.
I mean, I don't want this to sound the wrong way or anything, and I'm not a jerk, okay? So don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
He's really not.
I'm really not.
He's really not.
I'm really not.
Your one dog can be a jerk sometimes, though.
Oh, yes, she can. She can. But look... So I have to question the direction that my country is going. Now, don't get me wrong, Julie and Mary. I really appreciate your effort, and I hope that this gains traction and that you're able to stomp this bill out and free Nevada, right, from the clutches of these red flag laws. But what mindset does it put me in, and how my country is going when two little old ladies, now not to discourage what they're trying to do, but when two little old ladies have more courage than a Navy SEAL from Texas who's spouting all this bullcrap about red flag laws, that puts things in a little bit of perspective. Dan, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit until you debate me. All right? I'm tired of this crap. You know better than this bullcrap. You're better than this, than to support this red flag bullcrap. Look me in the eye. You know what I'm saying is true. You know better than this. That's what ticks me off so much. Trump at least has a little bit of plausible deniability because he's a New York Democrat at heart. We know this. Like, Trump at this point might as well be a rhino. But I know that there's a Navy SEAL in there. And Navy SEALs don't back away from freedom. And that's what ticks me off, is all these military people get in office and they support this anti-gun bullcrap and this degradation of freedom. And we're freaking sick of it, okay? We're tired of it. Dan, you know better than this bullcrap. Show us the way. Show us in all your infinite wisdom. Show me all the names of the terrorists and evil, wrongdoing people that you've caught with the Patriot Act, which affords you the same basic crap. Show me that list and show me why red flag laws are a good idea. Back it up with data and evidence. And then maybe we can see eye to eye. Possibly. It really ticks me off. I know that these people are better than this. That's what pisses me off so much about it. I hate to get worked up. It really, really grinds my gears. It makes me sick when you think about Governor Northam being a veteran and supporting this bullcrap in Virginia. Someone who's been inside the system and knows how screwed up the system is, but yet still wants to go down that path.
They can do it better.
You know how... All right, Dan, do you want the same government entity that lost your promotion packet, that lost your medical records, that runs the VA, right? You want the same system that does all of that crap and runs it so terribly. You want the same system that's laid on FBI background checks all the time. Do you want the same system that takes 14 months or more to process NFA paperwork for a suppressor or something like that? Do you want that system to be responsible for the lives of people now and then defer that down the road to a system that's obviously very inefficient and obviously anti-gun to begin with? So you're going to open Pandora's box and you're going to give them that ability. You're going to give them Pandora's box and let them open it. That's what red flags laws are. You're giving an inefficient system plagued with interdepartmental inefficiency Pandora's box and say, now you only open this if you have to. You know what they're going to do with it. Why support something like that? It makes no sense at all. It defies all logic.
You want to talk about government-sponsored universal health care now?
I'm going gray. Dude. I'm losing years off my life over you people.
Yep.
Like, get with the program. I mean, what in the heck is going on, man?
There's nothing more to add. This is a good gripe. Dude, it makes us sick. It
like,
really
I'm literally about to do 100 push-ups as soon as I'm done with this video. Like, I've got to get it out. Dude, it drives me insane.
Hey, so I legitimately learned how to take blood pressure. Do I need to check yours real quick?
Nah, man. No, look, it just ticks me off. Like,
it does.
We're all supposed to be on the same team here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The R on Republican doesn't mean red flags. Okay? You're not supposed to support that crap. If you are going to get with the program and be a part of the party you say you're a part of, and if you're going to support gun owners and support freedom and support Christian and conservative ideals, and if that's the hardline stance that you're taking, you can't be anti-gun. You can't promote anti-gun legislation. You can't do it.
Not only anti-gun, but completely anti-constitution, anti-freedom laws. I mean, this is a blatant attack on the Constitution as a whole, not just 2A. This violates every part of it. I mean, come on. Who does this crap? It's ridiculous.
Look, Dan, I drink a beer with you any day, man. I know you're not a bad guy, Dan. And I hate negativity. I can't stand calling people out. I can't stand making a big deal. I can't stand my rights being politicized and used as a bargaining chip to get thrown around at everybody's whim.
Yeah, but we never get anything from it.
But we don't get anything from it. Exactly. We're always on the defense. We're always having to fight for just our position at the table, never mind getting anything back. It's just fighting for a chance to even exist at a table amongst our peers in an open environment where we can discuss things. You know what I mean? So it's not a direct stab at you, Dan. I'm just angry at the swamp. And right now, it's looking awfully like a lot of y'all are just part of the swamp. And it's getting to be too much to deal with. I'm losing sleep at night over this crap. Guys, we've got to do better. I mean, so Mary and Julie, thank you very much. I saw this come across my feed on Instagram. I thought we'd make a quick video about it. Red flag laws are a terrible idea. And I think that anybody that supports them has obviously not read the Constitution, doesn't have, any care about all the rights that we have, but especially not property rights, especially not due process, especially not the Second Amendment, and in a lot of ways, the First Amendment. Let me explain.
Hey, well, look, I mean, this is, at its heart, red flag laws are like pre-crime laws.
Yes.
We said it before, it's like watching Minority Report.
It goes against every protection that we have.
It's like, well, you're going to commit this crime, so we've got to take all your guns and throw you in jail.
It's also anti-1A.
Yep.
Because red flag laws will also put some people within certain communities, minorities, it may put certain, ladies, or let's just say females primarily. We'll look at that paradigm shift there. It could put them in a terrible situation where they might be afraid to speak their mind or to speak out against something or to go to the authorities about something for fear of some red flag situation. So you're actually gagging people in the process as well by having red flag laws, because people might be afraid to speak out, afraid to be labeled. Right? So it is totally encompassing, and to understand the implications of this, it goes against freedom of speech and being able to speak your mind about gun stuff because you're fear of being labeled as a crazy. Mm-hmm. It goes against the Second Amendment, literally, because you're having your firearms taken from you. It goes against property rights. It goes against all of these things, due process. I mean, it's just scary, guys. So look, if you can make it out on the 19th on that Sunday, go out to, I'm sorry, I have to look at it again. It's Valkyrie Combat. It's on they're in Las Vegas off Southeastern Avenue, and it's January 19th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. You'll get to meet these two wonderful ladies and shake their hands and say hello, and who knows, maybe they'll bring some biscuits and crochet
cookies?
You a hat, perhaps, if you donate enough money.
Now this is going a little too far.
No, look, hey, I'm all about it. Hey, crochet a scarf that has a gun on it or whatever. Hey, whatever it takes. But if you can support these two ladies in their efforts, we would be very much in your debt. And it would make us proud to know you, which we're proud to know you anyway. Mm-hmm. But sorry, I didn't mean to get off the handle.
I mean, look, it just makes us sick. It really does. I mean, this stuff just keeps popping up, and it's like, how blatantly ignorant can you be to everything this country is founded on? It's like, well, we just need to do this in the veil of public safety. That's always the thing. Veil of public safety. We got to do this to keep you safe there, boy. You just trust the government to do what they need to do, and you just go on doing about your little business there, and we'll be fine.
So, theoretically, all right, if red flag laws became the law of the land, let's say it became federal law, and there was federal red flag laws across the board, right? And let's just say that didn't give them the desired effect, what they wanted. They'd come up with something else years later. There's always, the answer is not more laws and you just keep adding them on and adding them on and adding them on. And then all of a sudden it just becomes a police state. That's no way to live.
Let's see. It's the next best worst thing.
This time. Then they'll come up with something worse the next time. So
I mean,
people need to push back against it. And look, I say all of this as a deeply concerned citizen. Okay, I'm not a political entity. I'm not in the swamp. I'm just a concerned citizen. I care about my country. I care about the people in it. I care about checks and balances. I care about, what our founding fathers' intentions were. I care about the Constitution. I care about liberty. I want people to be free and happy and pursue that happiness and not deprive others of liberty. And anytime you give the government Pandora's box, it's going to be that promotion packet that got lost, Dan. It's going to be that freaking health record that got messed up or something got jacked up. It's going to be the VA claim that took you years to get seen, or that VA compensation claim, Dan, that took forever to get the paperwork and they lost it and you had to remail it and do all this. So what's going to happen when the court mails some important document that might save someone's life because they're going to get their guns back, and then all of a sudden the SWAT team's kicking in their door and they're getting murdered over some bull crap? Just so you can have some feel-good legislation makes you feel all fuzzy inside. That's the issue. We have to get back to caring about people and not about climbing a ladder politically, not about climbing this power ladder, this power grab. It's not about power. It's about the people. When you get into politics, you're a servant of the people, and you have to remember that. You have to care about people. Red flag laws ignore due process, and they ignore the people, the good people, and it's really scary. I hope that it gets shot down at every turn. Okay, and let's hope that this thing in Nevada keeps on going. Guys, I appreciate you watching today's video. I'm sorry I got a little heated. Look, we've been away on vacation a little bit, and I've just got back into gun gripes. So I'll admit, I get on social media and I see this stuff every day. And I have to keep my mind in it every day because I try to be kind of part of the process and try to be y'all's voice a little bit. Chad and I both. And
have you been bottling all this up for the past couple of weeks?
It's tough.
It's been just like taking it in and going.
I'm telling you, man, like it literally, look, it's literally like Harry Potter and the Dementor coming up and like sucking your soul out. Like that's what it is. Like every time I read this bullcrap, I grow a gray hair. Like it's like a black Dementor coming and going and drawing my soul out, and then
And see, everything you've thought about in the past 2 weeks, you've been putting in Hermione's handbag.
I'm telling you, dude.
They're like,
I know that's a nerdy.
It is.
That's a nerdy thing, but my wife loves Harry Potter.
Hey, I mean, we like Harry Potter.
So I have to. I'm in the magical universe because of my wife, but I like it too. I'm not gonna admit that. Well, I just admitted it. The camera's running, but
hey, it's good.
Look, guys. We care about liberty. We care about freedom. We want people to be happy. Pursue life, liberty, happiness. That's what it's all about. It's what it all comes down to. And I definitely want to, just really thank you to ladies, because it's just so cool, that y'all put this together. So if you can support that, please do. And if you're in Nevada, maybe we'll see some of you around SHOT Show. We've got a lot going on. I might even be jumping on a plane to go back to Virginia. I don't know. I'm being pulled in different directions for all different types of things, but I'm going to try my best. I can't clone myself, but I don't know.
The world could never recover.
Oh boy, yeah, another one of me. We don't need any more of me. All right, look, if you're not following us on social media, make sure do it right now. Right now. You're on your phone. I know you are. You're on the toilet. You're taking a dump. You're doing something. Yeah. Get on Instagram right now and give us a follow. IRACveteran8888_official. Make sure you follow us because on social media, we always plug through all types of pertinent things as they're happening, okay? So if you want to stay up to date, even a little bit more up to date than Gun Gripes, Instagram and Facebook are great ways to do that. It's IRACveteran8888 official over on Facebook as well, and it's Chad_IV8888 over on Instagram if you'd like to follow Chad. He posts stuff, data and nerdy stuff too, so... Yeah. If you want to kind of get behind the scenes stuff and you really want to stay abreast, like up to date with what's going on in our world all the time, that's the best way to do so. So please go over and follow us on all the social media outlets, and that way you never miss anything. So thank you so much. I definitely want to take a moment to thank our Patreon supporters, those of you who purchased man cans, t-shirts from Ballistic Ink. All of those funds go right back into supporting the channel. If you see value in what we do and you love what we do, those are the most direct ways that you can support us. We're not some big, gun group or anything. We don't get tons of donations in. We rely on our viewer support to continue the channel. That's a big part of what we do, and it's a big part of how we stay in the realm that we do and keep ourselves above water. Okay, so if you see value in what we do and you love these videos, consider supporting us. So thank you so much. Many more videos on the way. Again, not trying to be super unhinged. I've just had a little pent-up frustration over all this crap, and when you start talking about it, it's like a group therapy session. Just things start to come out.
It's got to come out sometime or not.
So maybe we had some therapy together. A therapeutic discussion.
Just release your anger.
It's a therapeutic discussion of the Second Amendment.
Just release it all. Just breathe.
Don't do that again. Don't use that voiceover. What is that? What is that? Baby Trump?
Baby Trump?
Oh, just breathe. It's okay. Just let it all out. Just let it all out. Ooh, yeah.
Take the guns first.
Just take the guns
Due
first.
process later.
Just get it. Let it go into your mind.
All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Many more videos on the way. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for playing. And we'll see you soon. We've got a lot coming. Thank you for supporting it. And see you soon.
See you guys.
See you, Dan.